And we have also discussed about the application at different bands, what we have discussed in spectrum and the radiation hazards, why we should use S parameter and so on. So today's class we will be discussing about microwave filters. Fine. So microwave filters. So before going to yes, before going to the actual microwave filters, just a brief description about what the type of filters, which is frequency response, low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band reject filter, all pass filter. So low pass filter means it will allow only the lower frequency signals and it will be having a higher cutoff frequency. High pass filter means it will allow all the high frequency signals having a lower cutoff frequency. Band pass means a certain band having or the frequency within the lower cutoff and higher cutoff, that frequency range it will be allowed. Band reject means within that specific band which is mentioned in between lower cutoff and higher cutoff, only the frequency within this range is not allowed, all the other frequencies are allowed. All pass filter means all the frequency ranges are allowed. So here is an example of the low pass filter which you used in, which you have to, which you will be using in a microwave filters. Okay, and you see here it is of seventh order low pass filter. I hope everyone is familiar about the order and the degree of the given differential equation or the filter expression if you think. Okay, so here the components, the basic components of the filters will be the inductance and the capacitance. Obviously by default resistance will be included in both of it. The resistance with capacitance R plus X J XCJ, which you call it as a capacitive reactance, and R plus XLJ is an inductive reactance. Okay, so the point to note here is the network components or the filter components will be inductance and capacitance. Okay, and of course it is inductive reactance or capacitive reactance. Fine. And here is some of the frequency range which is specified for those frequencies which I told. Low pass filter allows only the lower frequency range having a higher cutoff frequency. High pass will allow the higher frequency range having a lower cutoff frequency. Band pass only this frequency within FC1 and FC2 the frequency will be allowed or the other frequency will be rejected or filtered. And band reject means within this specified region the frequency is rejected whereas the other frequencies are allowed. Okay, so these are some of the things which you are already familiar with its characteristics to a certain extent. But now here in the microwave filters, as I told, the components are different, the analysis is different, and it is not only the voltage or the current, it is the voltage or current with respect to time or with respect to distance, because as the frequency increases, as I mentioned in the purpose of using scattering parameter, as the frequency increases, what happens at microwave frequency range, the active devices or the microwave circuit devices will not be stable. Okay, will not be stable means you will not be getting a constant output. So the output what you are getting will be the function of time or the function of space, x, I mean to say. Okay. So now with respect to those, you are supposed to analyze, or we are again not going in design of the filters, just brief introduction, types, and certain parameters to analyze what are the parameters to get know about these filters. So now coming to the definition, microwave filters are basically two-port device, two-port network. So the two-port network you have already come across. It is a reciprocal. Reciprocal means preferably bidirectional. When there is a mismatch in the load, or when there is a reflection from the load, there will be a reflection signal, which the load might also act as a source at particular point. Okay, hence it is reciprocal. Passive devices means the inductance and capacitance, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. In fact, linear devices, passive linear devices, which attenuate heavily the unwanted signal frequencies while permitting transmission of wanted frequencies. Okay, that means it will attenuate heavily the unwanted frequencies and allows only the desired frequency. So in this particularly as a microwave filters, it is categorized into three types. One is a reflective filter. A reflective filter means which consists of capacitance and inductive elements producing ideally zero reflection loss. Okay, ideally zero reflection loss, preferably in the band pass, or and a high attenuation for the stop band. Okay, so it is an ideal kind of filter, which represents the reflective filter. Absorptive filter means which dissipates unwanted signals and pass the wanted signals. Absorptive filter means, so these are the microwave filters, the circuits. What happens, the unwanted, instead of attenuating, it will absorb itself, it will absorb. Okay, those are the absorptive filters. So lossy filters, which use lossy materials in filters to produce heavy loss in the rejecting signal but low loss to the required signal. Okay, means it is a kind of practical filter where it will give a small amount of attenuation for the desired frequency, whereas large form of attenuation or large amount of attenuation for the unwanted frequencies. So these are some of the practical filters. Obviously you will be having uh, small signal analysis. Again, you point to note that these are all with respect to small amplitude range, having a zero attenuation in the pass band and a small signal output in the attenuation or stop band due to the presence of resistive loss in reactive elements and propagating medium. Okay, so that means here the medium or the devices which are used to transmit these frequencies, that itself is modeled into different types of network. Okay, so different types of network. What is the network will just come across. So again, that network depends upon the type of frequencies or the amount of the lambda, the wavelength seen by uh, the network which I'm mentioning, modeling of that transmission line or anything which microwave signals are transmitted. Okay, and microwave frequencies is designed to operate between resistive source and load impedance. Preferably the load impedance will be of the range of 50 ohms, and reactive elements like inductance and capacitance used in the filter assumed to be lossless. Okay, lossless with its nominal characteristic resistance as R naught. You know what do you mean by characteristic impedance or characteristic resistance? It is nothing but the resistance which is common or constant at any point x and any time t inside the transmission line or the microwave device where the wave is used for transmission. Okay, so this is about the introduction of the filters, categories or the types of filters. Now coming to the parameters, what are the parameters that defines the characteristics of filters are? So pass band width, stop band attenuation and frequency, input and output impedance, return loss, insertion loss, group delay. So these are some of the parameters which are used or preferred to define the characteristics of a filters. Okay, so here filter means, as the name itself indicates, it allows only particular range of frequencies or means frequencies of wave or the signal. So what is that bandwidth within the range that has to be uh, passed or attenuated, and what are the impedance at the different points? If there is a difference in impedance at different point, what happens? There will be mismatch, and because of that there will be a reflection, refraction, and because of that reflection you have something called as a return loss, insertion loss. So, and because of many frequencies, different frequencies are frequency signals are used to transmit in the same waveguide or transmission line in the same time as well. Okay, so in this there will be a relative difference in speed which you calculate a group delay among them, right? So these are some of the parameters which characterize or defines the microwave filters. So now coming to the actual circuit, that is filter, the generator and load, which the filter is the one which is used between the generator and the load. Generator is the one which is used as a source for transmitting the signal, and load is the one which is used at the destination for receiving the signal. Okay, so here you see the filter is used in between the generator and the load, which allows only particular range of signals or frequency ranges of signals. So here if you see that pi be the incident power to the filter. Now here what we are discussing is with respect to the filter. Phone itte matadi. So here what we are discussing is only with respect to the filter. Okay, what is the input to the filter, what is the output of the filter, what is the reflection that is happening in the filter, is what we are actually analyzing here. Okay, so according to that, let pi be the power, input power, and pr is the reflected power. I hope everyone is able to see the mouse. Reflected power, and pl is the power delivered to the load. Okay, and the insertion loss and the loss due to the input and output is uh, may occur, the loss occurs due to the mismatch between the characteristic impedance of this filter and the load impedance. Okay, that is if this rl is not equal to r naught. Okay, that is, so insertion loss under load matched condition. What do you mean by matched condition? rl is load impedance or load resistance. R naught means characteristic resistance. Okay, so here what it is mentioning here is matched condition means the characteristic impedance or the impedance at any point within this filter or within this transmission line what it is used to uh, transmit the power and receiver. So this resistance or impedance at any point is equal to the impedance of the load. Basically an overview of power transfer theorem. That means when the circuit impedance is equal to the load impedance, maximum power will be transferred. Okay, so similar to that, like this. So insertions loss under load condition is, insertion loss is given by input power by the power delivered to the load. Understood the point? Input power by power delivered to the load. And again the same insertion loss in terms of dB, it is mentioned as 10 log the input power by power delivered to the load. Okay, so power delivered to the load is PL, which is actually a relative power between input power and the reflected power, relative difference between input power and reflected power. So here PL is again represented as PI minus PR, which you define it as 10 log 1 upon 1 minus R. So here R is nothing but the voltage reflection coefficient. Okay, R is nothing but the voltage reflection coefficient, which is preferably the reflected power divided by reflected voltage divided by input voltage. That is nothing but reflection coefficient, voltage reflection coefficient. And with respect to the power, it is the reflection coefficient square, which is equal to PR by TI. So hence the expression changes to 10 log 1 upon 1 minus R square.
नमस्कार दोस्तों.
Okay, so this is about the reflection insertion loss, and similarly the return loss of the filter. Return loss means what happens when there is a relative loss with respect to the reflected power. Okay, return loss of the filter is nothing but input power by reflected power, whereas insertion loss means input power by power delivered to the load. Don't get confused between these two parameters. Insertion loss means with respect to load. Return loss means with respect to reflected power. Okay, so reflected power is Pi by PR, that is return loss. Again in terms of dB, it is 10 log Pi by PR, so which is equal to 10 log 1 upon gamma square. Again this gamma is nothing but the voltage reflection coefficient. The voltage to power relationship is V square by RL. Since it is a matched condition what we are discussing, so this resistance and this resistance cancels out. It is Vi by VR square, so which gives a power. Okay, so this is about the return loss parameter. Another is group delay. So the group delay is an important for multi-frequency or pulsed signals to determine the frequency dispersion or deviation from constant group delay. Okay, so what happens when there is a multiple signal or multiple frequency pulsed signal or pulsed signals are transmitting through the same medium? So there might be a frequency dispersion or deviation from the constant group delay over the given frequency band is defined as this group delay. So here the group delay is defined as d phi t by df, that is the phi t here is the transmission phase, the most commonly transmission phase with respect to frequency over a one complete cycle. Over one complete cycle you define it as group delay. So these are the parameters which we characterize about the filters, microwave filters. So any doubt till now about the introduction of the filter, categorization of the filter, and then Transmission phase. Transmission phase ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾಯ್ತು PPT. Yeah, transmission phase means here at what phase you are actually transmitting. Okay, this phase is something, if you are familiar about transfer electric signal or transfer magnetic signal. Understood the point? The transfer electric or transfer magnetic, at what phase you are actually sending the signal. Okay, so for example, this is z direction of wave propagation, so this is x and this is y. Okay, and when there is a wave propagation in the z direction, and in the x plane and the y plane, you are defining the plane of the filter as xy or yz plane. Okay, I mean to say it is preferably a rectangular type or a continuous line, whatever it may be. Rectangular means it is xy plane, say for example. Continuous line means only in x direction or y direction. Okay, so when you are transmitting here, so when you are transmitting the signal here, at what phase you are transmitting? If it is TE10, you will be transmitting with only one maximum. You will be having a one maxima in this mode. Okay, or if it is TE10 means you will be having one maxima and one minima. Understood? That is one complete cycle, one complete phase. Okay, in TE01, what I told you will be having only one maxima. Okay, one maxima andre your total phase will be from 0 to 180 degree. Understood? Next, TE10 andre you will be having one maxima and one minima. You are getting the point? One maxima and one minima. Okay, that means you will be having from 0 to 360 degree phase sigutte. Understood the point? So different modes, I mean with respect to that modes or the phase, you are with respect to the frequency, with respect to the frequency over that complete period, time period, you call it as a group delay. Understood? Okay. Yeah, next coming to the, I was telling you about how that the plane or the transmission line is modeled as a different lumped circuit. Okay, modeled as a different lumped circuit. This what I was telling, this complete transmission line or a plane is modeled. Okay, so here each small distance from here to here one type of modeling, here to here one type of modeling, and that type of modeling depends upon the phase or the mode of the wave which is seen inside this transmission line. Okay, that some of the mode may see it as low pass filter, that is voltage across capacitance. Some of the modes or the phase can see it as high pass filter, that is voltage across the inductance. Okay, and some of the phase, okay, some of the phase or the wavelength lambda can see it as a band pass filter across inductance and capacitance in series. Some of them can see it as inductance and capacitance in parallel, which is band stop filter. Okay, so here in this circuit what I have shown is basically the modeling of that as in simple RC circuit, means not R but LC circuits, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance resistance associated with this. Okay, and the waveform below here is the insertion loss, the variation of insertion loss with respect to the frequency. Okay, so here the point to note here is, so each unit, any small distance delta x, if from here to here you take it as x, okay, a small unit of it, this delta x can be modeled it as a low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass or band stop, depending upon that mode or the phase seen for a duration of delta x which you are modeling. Okay, so here this is capacitance, inductance, capacitance, means the voltage across capacitance is nothing but your low pass filter. So here what happens with respect to this, insertion loss is less. This is low pass filter, that means it will allow only the lower frequency range and it will attenuate the higher frequency range. Okay, uh, similar to that of this low pass filter, what happens, it will allow the lower frequency range, it will attenuate the higher frequency range. Corresponding to that, when it is allowing the lower frequency, what happens, the loss will be very less, and when it is attenuating the higher frequency, the loss will be very more large. Similarly, for the high pass, what happens? For the lower frequency, it will be attenuate. Okay, that means for the lower frequency, the loss is very large, and for the high frequency, it will attenuate very less, and correspondingly, the attenuation will be less at after this lower cutoff frequency. After this higher cutoff frequency, your insertion loss is more for high pass filter. So similarly for the band pass and band reject. So this is what I was telling. The insertion loss is very less for the low frequency range. After higher cutoff frequency, the insertion loss is steep or increasing. Similarly for the high pass, for the lower frequency range, the insertion loss is high, and when the lower cutoff frequency afterwards, what happens, the insertion loss will be very less. Similarly for the band pass, it will allow only this frequency range. So within this frequency range, the loss is very less, whereas this here, the lower frequency and the higher frequency are attenuated, and correspondingly the loss will be very large. So opposite to that of band stop, only that particular band of frequency is rejected or band stop. Okay, so only for that frequency range the loss is maximum, and for the lower frequency the loss is minimum, that means it keeps on decreasing, and for the higher frequency also the loss will keep on decreasing. Understood? So these are some of the examples or the modeling of the transmission lines or waveguides. And another point what we discuss here is mismatch effect. So any doubt in the lumped circuit or representing the equivalent circuit for the this one? Okay. So another point to just brief about mismatch effect. So here what happens, a filter usually has a nominal characteristics resistive impedance R0, such that when it is terminated by this impedance at both ends, there is no reflection at either end of the port. Okay, so in the filters, I mean, if the filter is not matched terminated, it is not terminated properly, so obviously there will be a mismatch effect. Okay, so according to that, consider a lossless filter network with a characteristic impedance R0 and the load resistance RL. Okay, the mismatch condition means we are using this R0 is not equal to RL, whereas this RG is the the source resistance, and this is VG, which I have not mentioned here. So this is VG, source voltage, and this is source resistance. Again, with respect to only the filter, what we are discussing here, mismatch effect. Okay, and this is load. So here the maximum power delivered to the load without filter. Now without filter, what happens? It is I square RL. Power is nothing but I square RL. RL is the load resistance. I is the current flowing through this in the absence of filter. So the current is V divided by total resistance RG plus RL. VG divided by RG plus RL whole square and multiplied by RL. This is the maximum power without filter. With filter, what happens? It is voltage across load VL square by RL. Okay, so with filter, this is the power that is delivered to the load. Understood? So corresponding to this, what happens to the parameters that we have discussed? Same, the insertion loss. Insertion loss is nothing but P1 by P2. P1 means which is the power delivered to the load in the absence of filter. P2 means with the presence of filter. Okay, so it is P1 by P2. In terms of dB, it is 10 log P1 by P2, which insertion loss we define it as an alpha. So here P again representing it in terms of I and RL only in terms of resistance and voltages. What you will get? 20 log RL by RL RG plus RL for P1 and 20 log VL by, so this is minus VL by VG or plus VG by VL. Okay, so insertion loss will be this is the expression of the insertion loss. Okay, for the mismatched condition. Understood this point? For the mismatched condition. So if the matched conditions, what happens? In the matched conditions, what happens? For this P1, what happens to the P1? VG by this RG and RL are one and the same in the matched conditions, what I am telling. So it becomes VG square by 4RL and this is VL square by RL. In the matched condition, what happens? It is the overall IL will be 20 log half of VG by VL. Understood? So for this, sorry. So I hope you are able to see this. So it will be, see here, the expression itself will change here. RG and RL will be same, one and the same. Okay, and that is also equal to RL. So RG will be equal to R0, will be equal to RL. So with that expression, what happens? Your overall insertion loss will be half of VG by VL. Whereas here it is this additional factor which it is added for this. Okay, so this is about matched filter. And again there are different ways of representing that the wavelength which I told with respect to phase, that you can go through the reference book Annapurna Das in the microwave filters chapter. Okay, so this is just for the brief introduction about what are the filters used for. We are not again going in depth the design of the same. Okay, so this completes the microwave filters, and the next is microwave waveguides and components. So shall we start it now itself only, or shall we continue in the next class? Shall we continue? Next class Okay, any doubts so far up till filters. About the filters, in the next class we'll discuss about the waveguides and the what are the components that we are using in the filters. Okay, fine, then we'll discuss it in the next class.